This is Friday night. It's going to be a referendum, and it ain't going to be on Shedeur Sanders. Friday night, it's going to be a referendum on Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns.
I just watched what happened to Shedeur Sanders in the Cleveland Browns' third and final preseason game. And I'm outraged, I'm sickened, and I'm saddened. By the way, Shedeur continues to be treated in the National Football League now by those sorry-ass Browns and sorry-ass Kevin Stefanski.
No, I gotta watch the film, honestly. I can't say what it was. It's definitely a different place where I could got my eyes in better spots and got to the progressions quicker and regards to anything, so all those sacks, they definitely on me.
The lights drop on the Browns preseason finale. The cameras do not settle on Joe Flacco or Dylan Gabriel or even head coach Kevin Stefanski, who is trying desperately to steer the ship. They land on a rookie, Shedeur Sanders, 5th round pick, son of Dayon Primetime Sanders, the most polarizing name in Cleveland before a single regular season snap. Before we start, like and subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss what is next. If you love Shedeur, then comment SS 100%. He steps to the
depends on how the game flow goes, but between 20 to 25 plays, there will be some guys that get out of there a little bit sooner than others. But it's really individualized plan for each guy. But you will see the start.
Honestly, I don't even think about nothing. I don't think about anything. If it's not words or anything, at this point, it can't do anything to me. I know, the God put the ability and the power within me to not even think about nobody else's comments, not care. It is what it is. I spoke with him. He said, nah, bro, that wasn't. He said, that wasn't. He told me on the plane. He came up. He was like, nah, bro, that wasn't at you. I see how they trying to spin. I'm like, oh, all right. I'm not tripping, regardless of whatever it was. Nobody's words or anything affects me, So, yeah.
So did you believe him when he told you it wasn't on you?
Did I believe him?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to start stuff now. I feel like you're trying to start stuff. I mean, he's doing his job. He's supposed to. Do I feel like he did? I don't know. And that's not on me to sit here and be like, oh, he did it. That's not going to change my life in any way.
He steps to the podium. The room goes quiet. He does not deflect. He does not hide. He does not blame the offensive line. He does the rare thing for a rookie quarterback. He takes it all on his shoulders. All those sacks, they definitely on me. One sentence, direct and firm. It moves through the NFL in minutes. Because ownership from a rookie is not common. Accountability at that level is not common. And with that line, he opens a larger debate about the Browns, about coaching choices, about the expectations that now surround a young quarterback who is already in the fire. At the 1:42 to 1:57 mark of his press conference, he delivers the line that stuns the room. He is asked about the relentless pass rush. He does not point to missed assignments or bad calls. He looks inward. He makes it plain. He's not going to be another young quarterback who cries foul about protection. He is not going to be Baker Mayfield pointing fingers. He is not going to be Johnny Manziel running from responsibility. He will put it on himself. That is where the controversy begins. Should he carry that blame? Or is he protecting a staff and a line that did not meet the moment? Because the film tells a different story than the quote. Against the Chicago Bears, he completes 3 of 6 passes for 14 yards. He takes 5 sacks. One is a 24-yard loss that pulls a groan from Browns fans and a smirk from critics. The stat sheet is rough. The context is rougher. Many of those sacks are not on Shedeur. The offensive line collapses like a folding chair in a rainstorm. Chicago rushers come free. Protection breaks down fast. The pocket turns into a trap. Even so, he takes the heat. He absorbs the blame. The reaction from Analyst splits fast. Former quarterback Chase Daniel says he drifted in the pocket and held the ball too long. That is a fair critique of young quarterbacks who are still set in the internal clock. Then Joe Flacco speaks with the tone of a veteran. This is what rookies go through. You learn, you get hit, you adjust. 2 takes. Boom! Carry truth. In the middle stands a rookie who says it is on me. That is more than media savvy. That is a young quarterback taking a bullet for his team. Now the wider frame. This is Cleveland, a city that has lived more quarterback controversy than playoff. Success over 25 years. The microscope never rests. Every snap is evidence. Every press conference becomes a referendum on leadership. Baker Mayfield blamed coaches. Johnny Manziel blamed everything but himself. Deshaun Watson blamed circumstances and injuries. Jacoby Brissett kept his words careful and light on accountability. Shedeur Sanders looks the room in the eye and says it is on him. That is rare for a rookie. It is also risky. Accountability earns respect. It can also let others off the hook. If he keeps taking the blame for a broken offensive line and for questionable play design and for a staff that may not trust him in a tight moment, he becomes a shield that hides dysfunction. In Cleveland, that role can become permanent. That is the danger in his stance. The controversy does not stop with the sacks. It extends to the final minutes of that game. The 2-minute drill is the test every quarterback wants. It compresses time. It demands command. Sanders prepares for it. He says it himself. I did not know I was out. I was on the bike powering up for that 2-minute drive, and then they told me I was not in. No warning, no ramp. The call goes to Tyler Huntley. The rookie sits. He does not pout. He does not complain. He praises Huntley for handling the business. That is professional. That is team first. Yet the message is clear. The staff is telling the room that Shedeur is not ready for a primetime situation. For a competitor who had just taken 5 sacks and still took the blame, that decision stings. So what do we call his statement? Bravery or naivete? The answer is both. Taking blame shows leadership. Coaches value it. Veterans respect it. Teammates respond to it. But it can set a precedent that softens urgency. If the line hears the rookie take the hits, they may feel less pressure to correct. If the coaches hear the rookie own the damage, they may feel less heat to adjust protections or speed up concepts. Leadership can cut both ways. In a quarterback room where politics are as physical as the AFC North pass rush, that cut can be costly. There is another part of the press conference that deserves attention. Sanders calls Tyler Huntley a blessing. He credits Huntley with teaching him how to stay ready, how to approach every rep with a pro mindset. That matters. This league is hard on young quarterbacks. The ones who make it build a routine and a process. Huntley has lived as a backup and as a spot starter. He gives Sanders a real blueprint. The question is simple. Will the Browns give Shedeur a real chance to apply it? Now the depth chart. 4 quarterbacks in one room. Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, Tyler Huntley, Shedeur Sanders. Flacco is the veteran presence. He has seen every coverage in the book. Gabriel is the higher draft pick who has struggled. Huntley is the steady backup who can run the plan. Sanders is the wild card, the upside play who draws cameras and questions. Reports suggest Kevin Stefanski sees him as the 4th option right now, behind the rest. That is the conservative choice. That is the move that keeps the ship steady. How long does that hold? What happens if Sanders keeps showing maturity? What happens if he blends accountability with on-field growth? What happens if he flashes traits the others do not show? This is the dilemma in Cleveland. Stay safe and predictable, or take a measured risk on a young quarterback who is already showing a leader's voice. The fan base reflects the split. Some fans praise him for stepping up. They call it leadership. They see a standard setter. Others see it as weakness. They say he is not ready and will not stand up to NFL pressure. Social media amplifies both sides. That is leadership. Trade him now. The truth sits in the middle. He is raw. He is developing. He is learning in real time. The fact that he is willing to shoulder blame this early speaks to character that is worth investing in. There is also a shadow in this story. The name Sanders carries weight. Deion Sanders is one of the most magnetic figures in football history. That last name lifts expectations. It also sharpens criticism. Every mistake gets magnified. When Shedeur takes the blame for 5 sacks, he is not only a rookie quarterback, he is primetime son. That shadow will follow him until the tape proves otherwise. Until the league talks about Cleveland's quarterback and not Deion's kid. So what comes next? Preseason is done. The real evaluation begins now. Can he climb the depth chart? Can he force Stefanski to give him more snaps? Can he turn accountability into results? Faster reads, better pocket depth, cleaner ball security, command in the 2-minute drill when the headset clicks on? Or does he get buried behind Flacco and Gabriel and Huntley? Does he become the rookie who said all those sacks are on me and then vanished from the story? The Browns have a decision to make. What culture do they reward? Do they lean on safe choices that protect the plan, or do they invest in a mindset? That takes ownership without excuses. This is not a choice for the algorithm. It is a choice for the locker room. Players notice who gets rewarded. They notice which voice the staff believes in. Let us be clear about the meaning of that night. Shedeur Sanders did something uncommon in this league. He separated himself from a long line of Cleveland quarterbacks who avoided the mirror. He stood at a podium and said the words no one else wanted to say. All those sacks, they definitely on me. He owned it. He wore it. He made it his. That is the simplest form of leadership. Not staged, not scripted, tested in a hard moment. But leadership alone will not carry him. It will not matter if the Browns cannot protect him. It will not matter if the coaches do not trust him in a 2-minute drive. It will not matter if the organization does not give him a fair shot. Accountability without support can break a young quarterback. If that happens, his name joins a list of what-ifs that this city knows too well. There is also a real upside. For one night, he shook the NFL conversation without a deep ball or a highlight scramble. He did it with clarity. He reminded us that leadership begins before the snap. It begins at the microphone. It begins when a rookie refuses to pass the blame. He looked into the cameras and spoke the line that stopped the room. All those sacks, they definitely on me. Years from now, we may view that clip as a rookie mistake, or we may see it as the first chapter in a leader's story. The night a young quarterback chose ownership instead of excuses. The night a city heard something new. If the Browns match that mindset with trust and protection, the narrative can change. If they do not, the noise will write the ending. Cleveland has the stage. The decision is in the building. And Shedeur Sanders has already told you who he is.
Thanks for staying informed with us. If you found this update helpful, give it a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments, share the video with others who should know, and hit that subscribe button with the bell so you're always first to hear the latest breaking stories.